Hi there, this is Jeff the Sound Guy with Sound and Light Technicians. If you watched my last video, I did correct the problem a little bit. I now have little feet. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to go over a little bit. One, this board in the last video, you can't really tell the size of it because this is a wide angle lens. I mean, I'm like 6 inches from this camera right now. So, anyway, the other thing I want to go over right now is I want to go over the inputs, okay? And I want to go over exactly what these are. So here we have our microphone input, okay? Now the microphone input, I wish I had more light here. Let's see, hopefully that helps a little bit. Alright, so the microphone input right here is a standard microphone. And then on this particular board, there's a 48 volt phantom power switch. Most boards have that already built into them. A lot of boards you can't control that at all, or you can just turn on the whole bank. But this is a Soundcraft, one of my more desired boards. I really love these boards. They're simple, they're clean, they don't distort when they're overdriven and things like that. Now, the next one, and this is typical of most boards, this has a line, okay? And line is a direct in. A lot of times you can use that if you're doing studio recording or things like that. So the line on the direct in can also be used if someone's got a guitar or a keyboard or something like that that you want to plug directly in without having to go through a microphone. The microphone input is usually very sensitive. I'm not going to get into the preamp design of it, but as far as the sensitivity, this is designed to pick up a non-amplified source. This is designed to have an amplified source, something that actually has a voltage input. So you can actually plug like acoustic guitars and stuff into this, but you're not necessarily going to get as much gain as if you actually go into the microphone input. Now this board also has a thing called direct out. Now this direct out is post fader, which means the overall fader will control this. You can select this to go pre-fader. And this is something that's used a lot of times in recording, is the direct out. And another thing that is also being used with direct outs a lot now is the Aviom or similar monitor system. So if someone's got an in-ear monitor, they can plug it into this system. The Avioms are pretty cool. You plug it into every system, it converts it into an Ethernet signal, goes down to the stage, and then each person can actually select their own monitor mix and figure out how much they want of each person. Now this is the insert, okay? And they say insert or INS or something that will tell them what that is. Now what the insert actually does is that interrupts the signal after this, okay? Some boards it's after the EQ, but usually it's after the main gain. This board, I do believe that the insert is post EQ, and what you can use there is that's where you can insert compressors or things like that. So you would have a 1/4 inch plug that you would plug in, and it'll have a TRS, tip ring sleeve, and it looks like a stereo 1/4 inch headphone jack, and on the end of it will be 2 other connections. So you'll plug it in there, and it will interrupt. If you don't have anything plugged in there, nothing will come through the sound system, not through that channel anyway. This will send one out off into space, okay, and then over here you have your compressor. And one channel then goes in to your compressor, and then I'm a little paranoid now. Then the other channel comes out of the compressor. So you've got a stereo on one side and 2 monos on the other side of the cord. So you can use a compressor on one channel. Now one nice thing about this too is I got a real issue with people that EQ the entire house for one instrument. If you've got an instrument that needs some very detailed equalization, insert it in here. Don't EQ the entire house sound system because one lapel mic or something is overly sensitive. Plug in the insert, take the output, you can go into a compressor, or into an equalizer first. You go into an equalizer, then you can come back into this. Or you can go into the equalizer, out, into a compressor, out, into an effects processor if you want, out, into a gate, out, into whatever you want, and you can actually sit there and go in and out using the line inserts. This is one of your most valuable tools once you get used to using it. The insert, being able to actually control one channel. This is a 4-band EQ. It's pretty it's pretty good. Most boards only have a 3-band EQ. Some don't even have parametric. They just got high, mid, low. But most of them have an insert on each channel, and if you can insert on that channel, you have a lot of control over that channel, and you can do a lot of things with that. All right, so that's the basic things that I wanted to cover with this right here. So again, microphone input. Okay, then on this board, 48 volt. That is for powered microphones, condenser microphones. It will also power direct boxes and things like that that will run off the phantom power. And the phantom power actually goes off these 2 pins here, and this is like in and out to the mic, but it sends the power out equally on both pins and then comes through the shield on the ground. So because both signals are coming out together, you actually kind of have crossing signals inside. You got crossing voltages inside there, but it doesn't make any difference, which is why they call it phantom. So anyway, line. Now this is for if you're recording, want to put a CD player into the board, this is like recording playback. This is like recording out. And this is insert for EQs, compressors, everything else that you might want to use. And that's all right there. This is actually a lot of stuff that you can do right here, and you can build entire racks of equipment off this little part right here. Line in also, like if you got a wireless. I do want to make sure that you understand one thing. You cannot have a microphone and a line in together. It's one or the other. Okay? Absolutely do not have a microphone here and a line in here. They're not made for that. You're going to get a mishmash of signals, and you could actually end up damaging your board depending what you got going on there. Alright, so that's the basics of the basic inputs, and I will make another video here and cover a couple other things. Thank you for watching. Again, please rate the video if you like it, and comment please, that's great. And you can also visit my website at www.soundandlighttechnicians.com. Thank you very much.